Morning. This is my presentation on planning phase of project management. The planning phase is the second phase of the project. The project manager will at this point use the project charter to define the work, the required resources to meet the objectives, and basically complete the project. The team will pretty much be assembled at this time, so and their individual tasks will also be assigned. During the project phase, there's the 5 elements, and that's 1, forming the core team, review the project requirements, clarify the responsibility and the roles, and create the project plan and conduct them. Basically, the first thing is when they're creating the team, it's the vital, critical importance of it, so that way in this, the project manager really needs to look at his team members. Reviewing the requirements, the project manager, checks with either the customer or whoever the stakeholder is, making sure there's been no changes or like delays or anything like that, so that way they know that the project's going towards the right goal. Clarifying the roles and the responsibilities. This is where the project manager works with the team together, so that way everybody knows what direction they're going. Then on the plan, that's where they document everything, that how the project's going to go, and they put it forward, and also the project manager will get a lot of input from his team at this time. Also, then the final and fifth is when they conduct the kickoff meeting. The kickoff meeting is when the stakeholders and everybody kind of meet for the first time, and also during the kickoff meeting, it's kind of where the project manager will kind of see if his team is excited about the project. If he has a team that isn't excited about the project, I feel that that's going to fail. So in the kickoff meeting, kind of establishes the identity of the whole thing. Also, during the phase, this is where one thing that the project manager needs to do is create his blueprint. Kind of like one thing on the SkillSoft video. I think they were talking about how like a chef uses ingredients and recipes, and without those ingredients and recipes, let's say for instance he doesn't have the right recipe for a cake. I mean, is that cake going to come out good, or is it going to fail? So kind of where this part of the phase where they're planning and they're using the charter and using documents and also creating a blueprint to keep that project on task. Pretty much all successful projects will, if it's got a good plan behind it and you started at the beginning, you're going to have a successful project. If you try to do it in the middle, or let's say you just jump into something with both feet rather than set a plan, go from point A to point B, C, D, whatever, until the project ends. then all successful projects, kind of have three criterias. They want to make sure that the schedule. I mean, you want to make sure you use your team members' abilities to their greatest potential. That will keep the project on task and reduce difficulties. Scheduling. I mean, scheduling is a major priority. If you schedule your project, it's going to stay on task and everything will be efficient. And then, organization and making sure everybody is coherent in what direction they're going. I mean, if you've got something that's just prepared poorly, you're gonna have garbage. Kind of like in our earlier studies, garbage in, garbage out. Pretty much here, if you have a project that's planned and properly planned, it'll move successfully. Kind of your project needs to have a foundation, just kind of like if you're building a house. A house has the foundation is the beginning of the construction of a house. That foundation is what holds up basically your house, and if you've got a good foundation, then you're going to have a good sound house. So if you have looked at your project within its foundation and see that it's constructed well with that, starting with that foundation, that base, then your project's going to succeed. There was something online that I saw where they were saying that out of 8 projects, only 1 project will be successful from beginning to end. And I kind of was just sitting there thinking to myself, going, man, I mean, is it because they're not planning it out correctly? I mean, what are they doing so that the project isn't being successful? Well, with all that said, that's the end of my presentation. I really don't have anything else for anybody, so I hope you all have a good day.